was a relationship where I got really jealous and I didn't know how to handle someone's depression. And that was the self-esteem wall I hit. And I didn't fix it, but this is how you notice you need to change who you are. I didn't realize I was a jealous person until I was 31 or 2. Thankfully, I'm hardly jealous at all. But looking back, I was so insecure in my 20s. My self-esteem was low. Sometimes it ebbed and flowed on who was around. It was external that I needed to get my self-esteem from. And then what really just gave me this boost of self-esteem was improv. I took it and I just started realizing, it's like, wow, when you have this skill, you can pretty much do anything you want, because now you'll always be on your toes during a conversation. You'll know what to say. You won't run out of things. You won't be awkward like that. That's how I looked at it. And I just had this confidence where it's, wow, I can go on stage and I can do this and that. And I met a lot of people. And I thought, this is it. This is how I gained my confidence. I was meeting people left and right. I was giving compliments to people. I was just being kind, befriending people on Facebook, even though I just met them once. I was going, go, 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 go. And I'm an introvert. I'm very introverted. I'm sensitive and this and that. And it started to feel fake because I wasn't resting. And then I met a woman, and she was depressed, and I didn't know how to handle it. And she was also, her words and her actions didn't seem like they were matching up to me. I could be wrong. I totally could have been wrong. But in that, I was not fully trusting her, and therefore I was a tiny bit paranoid. And I had noticed I was getting jealous, even though I did not want to date her. And it didn't make any sense to me, or to her probably. And I just noticed how jealous I was getting. And I remember when that relationship was over, I just didn't like myself. I didn't like the way I was acting, I just didn't like myself. And I told myself, I'll never be a jealous person like that again. And I mostly have stuck to that. Occasionally, it can creep up, and I think it's just something where it's like, oh, just bring it out, call out the situation or whatever. But that wasn't the end of it, because later on down the road, I noticed that my self-esteem was low again. And that was social media causing it, where I feel like I wasn't invited to places as much. I noticed I would complain more. I also noticed how I get triggered by certain things that brings me back into this low self-esteem. But it's a spiral. I always say that. It's a spiral, and it's a spiral down. So if you start becoming insecure and more, you just start getting darker thoughts, and it's hard to navigate the world without being pessimistic or cynical or angry and thinking that there's something wrong with you or something wrong with everybody else around you. But it's something you definitely need to work on. Because here's the thing, low self-esteem will ruin every relationship you have, including the one with yourself. It's just the way it is. And you think someone else is going to fix it, they're not. No one can fix your own self-esteem. You have to work on it yourself. Even people that give you advice can't fix it. But when I see it on Reddit, people with low self-esteem dating, it doesn't matter what they do to win the woman over, they are going to ruin it. It's just a fact. Low self-esteem is not attractive, but it's something no one's born with. That's like 100% fixable thing. Most people just don't care to fix it, or they're too stubborn to, or say they don't have it. But it's necessary to fix it. Self-esteem will make you stay with the wrong people for way too long. It will have you sabotaging your own relationships. I mean, you will either blame yourself a lot, or you'll just deny everything and be like, the world doesn't get me and this and that. And you'll have pity parties. That's a good way to recognize if you have low self-esteem. But it's kind of easy to work on if you are patient and you do it step by step. And if you're like, well, I'm not patient, then work on getting patient. Like, I don't understand. Like, everybody wants this like quick fix, or like, I want someone else to fix me. Like, oh, if I get in this relationship, then it'll work out, because you're going to attract possibly other people with low self-esteem, and then you're just in this horrible toxic relationship. I only started noticing the self-esteem thing very recently. I never even was thinking about it for a long time until I realized I have high self-esteem at the moment. And I didn't notice it until I sat down and thought about it. Every day, I'm mostly waking up in a good mood. I know what pulls me back. It's mostly the news, things like that. Generally, overall, I can find like win-wins in pretty much everything. And that's because I don't have expectations. And I know everything is changeable. Like you're malleable. You're not set into low self-esteem. And a lot of people, you need therapy. I mean, I'm not a doctor, I can't say, but I know that some people just have low self-esteem, and it's going to get worse and worse if you don't deal with it as soon as possible. Don't even date if your self-esteem is low. That's what I would say. You need to work on that first. Even friendships, you're going to ruin friendships if you don't work on it now. You're going to make a friend. They're going to all of a sudden start butting heads with you. They're going to see a side of you they don't want to see because you open up maybe, and then they might not want to stick around. This is what I suggest you do. Write down why you think you're not good enough. Write down all the reasons that you are insecure, or your issues that you just kind of glance over. You're like, yeah, you're jealous. So what? You know, everybody's jealous. Or you can't do something because this happened in the past, or this person said this to you. All that stuff. Just write it all down and then figure out where that story came from. Just because something happened in your past doesn't mean you have to keep carrying that. It could be a lesson and you move on and you've grown from it. And some people do need help. So maybe go talk to a therapist if you feel like you need that. But a lot of times it's just social media is hurting your self-esteem, or you're going on so many dates and being rejected.
Is what you're saying to yourself actually true?
Find counter examples, because it might not be true. Or is it just a habit? Maybe you just habitually think of something, or you habitually do something. It's just a habit. You can change habits all the time. What relationship in your life is quietly being destroyed because of something you haven't dealt with yet? It's just something to think about.